All right, I am on number 13 in your review. Mike and Kim invest $14,000 in equipment to print yearbooks for schools. Each yearbook costs $7 to print and then sells for $35. How many yearbooks must they sell before their business breaks even? So I'm going to make two equations. They spend $14,000. That's one of our equations. The other equation I'm going to say is that they're going to profit $35 a yearbook, but they're going to lose $7. So for 35 times every single yearbook minus $7 times every single yearbook. So they'll profit 35, but you have to take away 7 to find out until they break even. And I'm going to set these equations equal to each other, because if y is equal to 1400, then that means that 1400 can take the place of the y. So I'm going to rewrite this. And then I'm just going to solve. So 35 minus 7 is 28. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 28. Remember, you can change your playback speed, you can pause it, rewind it, rewatch it, but make sure you listen. That makes 500, and X represented the number of yearbooks. So for them to break even, it would take 500 yearbooks sold. Number 14, the length of a rectangle is 2 centimeters more than 4 times the width. So I have a rectangle. What they're not describing here is the width. They're describing the length, saying it's 2 centimeters more than 4 times the width, but they don't describe the width. So I'm going to call the width X, and I'm going to use that to help describe the length. The length is 2 centimeters more than 4 times the width. 4 times the width is 4x, but an additional 2 centimeters would be plus 2. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 84 centimeters, what are the dimensions? The perimeter is 84. But I also know that the perimeter is me just adding up all 4 sides. So this side must also be 4x plus 2, and this one must be x. So the perimeter is 4x plus 2 plus x plus 4x plus 2 plus x. And if I simplify that, 4x plus x is 5x, plus 4x is 9x, plus x is 10x, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. So here are our two equations, and P is the same thing as 84, so I'm going to substitute that in for the P. And now I'm going to solve for the variable. Divide both sides by 10. X is equal to 8. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 84 centimeters, what are its dimensions? Well, we said that this was going to be our width. If our width is X, then our width is 8 centimeters. There's one of the dimensions. The length was 4x plus 2, which means it's 4 times 8 plus 2. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 2 is 34. So our dimensions are 8 centimeters and 34 centimeters. Again, don't forget, Tom has a collection of 30 CDs and Nita has a collection of 18 CDs. Tom is adding, that should say 1 CD a month to his collection, while Nita is adding 5 CDs a month to her collection. Write and graph a system to find the number of months after which they will have the same number. Let X represent the number of months. Let Y represent the number of CDs. Okay, first of all, they're talking about 2 different people and their different collections. So Tom is going to be one equation, Nita will be the other. Tom starts at 30 CDs, and he's going to add 1 per month. So every month, he's going to add 1 more. So I'm going to do 1 times X. Nita starts at 18, and she's going to be adding 5 CDs a month. So 5 times X. And these are, this is the slope and then the y-intercepts. So that's what I'm going to do, is focus on plotting those points and see where do these lines overlap. So Tom is 30, starts at 30, and then after 1 month, he'll be at 31, then 32, then 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So there's our Tom. Nita starts at 18, and every month adds 5. So 18 plus 5 is 23. After 1 month is at 23, then is at 28, then is at what, 32, 33? Oh, so it looks like this is where we end up overlapping here. After 3 months, they're at 33 CDs. So 3 months is 33 CDs. Oops, you can't see that. There you go. Don't forget. Okay, graphing inequalities. I'll do 16, and then you can figure out 17, but we're going to start at our y-intercept is -2, and then our slope is 4, which is the same thing as 4 over 1, which means I'm going to go up 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the extra line underneath means I'm going to use a solid line. And then it's a less than sign, which means I'm going to shade down. So put a pencil on the line and I shade directly below the line. Don't forget, I'm going very fast. +3, down 5 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, because it's negative, so that means I'm going to be going down 5, right 1. This is a dashed line because it does not have the extra line underneath. And then it's a greater than sign. So I'm going to shade above this line. This one is opposite. We have to name the equation. So I'm going to put this in the form of y equals mx plus b. So I need to know what is the y-intercept, the b value. That's at 4. So I'm going to put +4 at the end. And then this is a solid line, and I've shaded down. So the symbol I'm going to use is either this, or that. It's a solid line, so I've got to use one of these. And if I put my pencil on the line, it looks like we shaded below, so I'm going to use the less than symbol. And then finally, the slope, I'm going to find points that go perfectly through the little grid marks. Draw myself a little slope triangle anywhere I want. And it looks like I'm going down 1, 2, 3. So I'm going down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. So my slope is -3. So there's my answer. Hit pause. Do these without me. Don't sit there and let me show you how to do every single one. Figure them out for yourself. You should be able to do this one now. Okay, my symbols. These are my options. This is a dashed line, so it has to be one of these. And if I put my pencil on the line, it looks like we shaded above, so it's got to be the greater than symbol. The y-intercept is -3. And then my slope, if I look for perfect points, looks like we're going up 4 over 1. 4 over 1 is 4, so it's 4x. This one's goofy. Find the solutions. This was a multiple choice problem, so there's some errors there, but basically just graph it and then name a solution that works. If I go to -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I go up 4 over 1, up 4 over 1. I have a solid line, and it's greater than or equal to, so I'd have to shade here. Any point in the shaded region would be a solution. So I could name 0, 0. I could name -5, 0. I could name 0, +5. Any of these points over here would be fine. Graph the system and then write a point that is a solution. So first, +1. Slope of 3 means up 3 over 1. It is a dashed line because it does not have the extra line underneath, and it's a less than sign. So I'm going to shade below. Then this next one, +5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1/2 means up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. I can't see these lines very well. It is a solid line, and it's a greater than sign. So I'm going to use a solid line. Greater than means shade above. So the solution to a system is the point where the two shadings, or the area, the region where the two shading regions are overlapping. So my solutions are here in this twice shaded region. So when it says name a point that is a solution, just name any point that looks like it falls in this area. So I could say +4, +8. I'm pretty sure that's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I just named a point right about there. Try this one on your own. If I graph this one, hit pause, try it on your own. +4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slope is 1, so up 1 over 1. This is a solid line, and it is a less than. So I'm going to use a solid line, and then I'm going to shade below. Now, this one is interesting because it's not in slope-intercept form, so solve for y. Subtract 2x from both sides. Y is less than or equal to -2x minus 4. So now I graph this one. So I'm going to start at -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And my slope is -2, so down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. This is a solid line, and it's a less than or equal to. So I'm going to draw my solid line. And less than means go below the line. Put your pencil on the line and shade directly below it. The area that got shaded twice is this region here. Here are your solutions. And it does not tell you to name a point, so you don't have to. 23, do this one on your own. You should be okay. It's very similar to the last one. Start at -1. The slope is -1, so I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. This is a solid line, and it's a less than symbol. So solid and less than, I'm going to shade below the line. Start at +4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2 over 1. And this is a dashed line, and it's greater than, so I'm going to shade above. So dashed line, put your pencil on the line. If it's greater than, shade directly up. So everywhere above this entire line. So my solutions are anywhere in that twice shaded region. Okay, number 24, exponential functions. This is the same thing as saying 2 times k, got 8 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 3 more. Group your like terms. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3, and then 9 times 6 times a. So the numbers multiply together. 3 times 6 is 18, A, I've got 5 over here and 1 over there, so I've got a 6 total, and then B to the 9th. This 4 is on the entire parenthesis, which means I have 4 sets of them. And then inside each parenthesis, I have 2. So how many are getting multiplied together? When we have a negative exponent, we take it and its base and move it to the opposite side of the fraction. So the 7 stays up top, b to the 3rd stays up top, but this a moves to the bottom and its exponent changes to a positive exponent. And then if we can, we simplify, but there's nothing to simplify, so this is my final answer. We must have positive exponents. Oh, I skipped a couple, so let's come back up here to 27. Anything to the 0 power is always just 1. Negative exponent, take it and its base and move it to the opposite side. So this becomes a positive exponent, and if we took everything out from one side, then there's a 1 left in its place. So 4 times 4 is 16. Don't forget. Okay, same thing here. Take it and its base, move it to the opposite side of the fraction. So c moves up, and now it's a positive exponent of 8. And then the d to the 2nd power stays below. There's nothing left to simplify. There's no c's on bottom or d's on top. 31. I have 3 sets of that parenthesis. 5k squared, 5k squared, 5k squared. So I have 5 times k times k, 5 times k times k, 5 times k times k. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, and then we have a total of 6 k's multiplying together. All right, and I'll stop there for now.